Guys, so I'm back with another video. This time I'm doing a video about what is wrong with the police. Now, the police are, well, justice of the law. They protect us, well, they claim to protect us, and for the most part they do, but a lot of people don't trust the police. Now, why is that? Now, there are many factors that play to it, like police brutality, the meme of police hating on black men in America, police kind of just being too carefree with guns, but that one is only on America. It's not a big problem in the UK. So now this is the perfect example of why no one trusts the police. Now, this former deputy while he was arrested for planting drugs and planting evidence and basically just ruining the lives of many innocent people. Now, I did a lot of research. Apparently he got 85 years, so apparently he got 10, but I did like a deep search and I can confirm that this guy got 12 years in prison. 12 years in prison. Now, I don't want to be that person, but I think the justice system is really lenient towards cops, which is what I find really weird, because he set up and ruined the lives of many, and I have a feeling that it hasn't been confirmed, but I have a feeling that other people at his station knew about it or were doing the exact same thing as he was doing. They just haven't been caught. It's crazy. Like 12 years, he should be serving life, in my opinion. Like, he screwed so many lives over and he only got 12 years. 12 years. That's a personal problem I have with it's just when a dirty cop finds out, they always go lenient on him. I always think that they should go hard on him because, well, he abused the badge and used it to his own favour. And 12 years, that's just crazy. Like, of course, there's a whole YouTube video of him being in court and everything, of the victims of talking about the evil deed that he did, and such a bad person. And this happened in America, by the way, if you haven't noticed. But of course, UK police are just as bad. Now let's talk about a more controversial and sensitive subject: police brutality. Now, of course, a lot of people think police brutality is justified. So a lot of people think it doesn't, and I'm kind of in between. Well, what I mean by that is that it's unless the person is wanted for murder or something, then I do think police brutality in that sense is necessary if they are resisting, if that makes sense. But if the person is not doing anything and is willing to cooperate, and they go and they just start beating him on all of that, or they use physical force when the person isn't resisting, then that's just, of course that's wrong. So it has to be justified, because here is how I see it. I'm just gonna tell you how I see it. Now, if someone is touching you in an aggressive way, well, you will react aggressively. It's just, I feel like police brutality can work if the police officer goes at it at the right way, instead of just straight off the bat, just treating that person. Just keep your distance and only trust that person if they're resisting arrest, and if they start being violent. If they're not doing neither of those things, then the police officer shouldn't lay a finger on them. Because if you lay a finger on someone or you start grabbing them, then obviously that person will get pissed. I speak from experience, and I know people people just don't like to be touched like that, and they just tend to kind of just lose their head, and they don't think straight, and they will fight back, and then 10 police officers have to get involved, and then 2 police officers get injured. The suspect is probably in a coma, and is serving God knows how many charges. and it all could have just been avoided if the police officer just kept his calm, kept his composure, and just not gone all like, you know, if the police officer just doesn't like touch them unless they are being a threat in some case. Like, but that's just what I think. I know what I said was very controversial, but you know, it has to be said. Yes, it has to be said. Now let's talk about arguably the main reason why no one trusts the police. Now this goes down like this is the law's fault, not the police, because a lot of people think that drug dealers and you know, just a lot of people get let off easily, and they normally blame the police. But I honestly think that in this case, it isn't the police's fault. The police did their job, they arrested the person, and it's in the hands of the judges, and the judges are the ones that makes the decisions. Now if the criminal gets a slap on the wrist, that's not the police's fault. The police has no say in what the sentence or the punishment can be. All the police can do is pretty much just cross their fingers and just hope that justice will be served. And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, and if it isn't served, the police are the ones getting the blame and not the judges, which is what I've noticed. I did a lot of research, I asked a lot of people, and so many of them always just said that they don't trust the police because the criminals always get a slap on the wrist, which is just off. Like, I'm not the biggest fans of the police in general, but I think that's too harsh for them because it's not their fault. I mean, they did their jobs, and it's the lawyers and not the lawyers, and it's the judge's fault why the criminals go free. So the judges are the ones at fault here, not the police. So I will defend the police there, yes. Now, before the end of the video, I just want to talk and shout out all of the good police officers, because yes, there are a lot of bad police officers that cause trouble, but there are also good police officers that do their jobs and make sure that justice is served and keep all of us safe. And to those police officers, I say thank you very much for your services. Like, we all appreciate you and what you do and the sacrifices that you make, and all of the corrupt and police officers that just aren't good at their jobs should follow your lead and take your leadership, and hopefully more police officers will be like them, be good at their jobs, make all of us feel safe, because there are good police officers everywhere, but of course there are bad ones as well. So it's literally just the roll of the dice whether or not you get stuck with a good police officer or a bad one. And for the most part, most police officers I meet are normally neutral, so that works as well. That works as well.